channel and another video. It's been a couple weeks since I made a video. I've just had a lot going on the weekends, and just hard to find some time this week. But wanted to put together a video today because I actually got an offer on the GT500s. Someone offered me a specific amount to buy the car because I was throwing around the idea of potentially selling the car, maybe, but I haven't accepted the offer yet, just because I don't know if I can get rid of the car. So I'm going to explain all that, break all that down. I'm going to go meet up with James right now and then talk about the pros and cons of owning an S197 and why I'm choosing to hang on to what I have. So let's meet up with him and we'll explain that. Nice car. What's the retail on one of those?
One you can afford.
Hey, nice Prius. Yeah. Alright everybody, so I'm back here with James right here. So we got together, we spoke, and he actually had a situation like mine also as well, to where I had a guy offer me a good amount of cash for my car. It was actually someone that I got in contact with actually through James. It was through Facebook, I believe, or was it Facebook or was it Instagram?
Yeah, it's Facebook.
Okay, so he reached out to me. This specific guy was looking for a GT500, a 2011 to a 14. He wasn't particular about it, if it was a 5.4 or a 5.8. It just depends on what the car was and what the car had, yada, yada, yada. So he offered me $45,000, which the car is paid off. That would have been... Most people would probably accept that. I probably should accept that. I haven't said no yet, and I haven't said yes or no. So I just haven't responded back to him, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at, because I honestly don't think I could. And if I did get rid of the car, I thought about, I could get a 13 or 14 GT500, but it's essentially the exact same platform. I would be starting over, and if I did something like that, I would probably want to go S550, 5.0, 10-speed, a whole separate platform, starting over. I don't think I would want to go to having the exact same platform that I had previously. So, thinking about how I decided not to accept his offer as of yet, and I don't think I will, and if why I'm choosing to hang on to my car over a S550 5.0. So you said you had a situation too where you were talking about how you were wanting to get rid of that for a truck. Is that right?
Yeah.
So what's the situation with that?
Practicality.
Yeah.
And my clutch knee is really bad.
Yeah. And
it hurts to press in the clutch on that one.
Yeah.
That has been my only determining factor of getting rid of this car.
I mean, okay, so
I know I could probably get a lighter clutch.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
that's not the factory clutch, is it?
Yeah, it's factory.
It is factory clutch?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even whenever we did the video of driving your car,
we swapped cars.
Your clutch was lighter than mine.
And that's a...
But there's still that
little
bit of strain on the knee.
Yeah. Well, you're getting up there in age. You're what, 36? 36. So for me, the pros of keeping the car is the number one, above all else, is it's paid off. I don't owe anything to the bank. If I got S550 or even another GT500, I would probably have to finance a decent portion of that. I mean, yeah, I could sell that for X amount and use that as a hefty down payment on one, but you know, most 13, 14 GT500s are going for at least 55 now, upwards of like 65. Some are even 70,000 plus.
Mine.
Yeah.
30.
They're going for more now than what they were new. I saw someone trying to, well, about the same as new. It's just they haven't really been dropping in value, especially now they're just continuing to increase in value. So the number one for me is the car is paid off. Number two, the body lines, the style, it is older technology. What would you compare an S197 platform to a, you know, like a 2018 on up? Is there pros and cons that you would choose if you had the option for a S550, like a 5.0, and this, or this?
I've driven the 5 liters, both automatics and manuals. Yeah. Great cars. I don't like the transmission in them.
Even the 10-speed?
The MT82.
Okay.
No, the 10-speed's awesome.
Yeah.
MT82, I think, is a pile of crap, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Tremec, Ford should have kept that throughout.
Yeah.
All time. Driving, I really wished they would have kept the IRS, like the Terminators, and continued that technology.
Yeah. I don't know, and I've said that in the past too. I don't know why they decided to go away from all that.
Yeah. Body lines, my personal favorite. I love the 05 to 14 body lines.
Even though there is substantial, not substantial, but I mean, it is the same S197 platform, but like he said, the body lines that the 05 to 14s have, it is a live axle, so there is pros and cons to having a live axle. It's a completely different feel compared to like a 2015 on up. The 2015s on up, they're more daily drivable, like in a sense, because especially when going with the 10-speed, 10-speed compared to a supercharged GT500 with a 6-speed, the everyday drivability comparing the two, I guess in my opinion, it's more practical to go 10-speed auto for a daily drivable purpose. Now, I don't daily drive mine. James doesn't daily drive his also as well. Yeah. Your daily driver is what?
It's a Hyundai.
It's a Hyundai.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it gets good gas.
Gets
good gas. I have a Camry. That thing gets like 30 plus miles a gallon, so I can't complain. So James is also saying he loves the nostalgia style of the 05 to 14s. And all this has been discussed probably thousands of times, so I'm not trying to like regurgitate what other people have talked about. I'm just trying to talk about my and James, our own personal opinions on why we would choose to keep what we have over an updated platform. And even now, the S550s are going into their last year. The S650s come out in 2024 model year, so it'll come out in 2023.
60-year mark.
Yeah. So as far as I know, we don't have an official look on what that'll be. We've seen renditions of what they might be. But another thing too is these cars don't have a backup camera. So it's with the older technology, backup cameras was an option back in 07, I believe, but I think at least the 2011s on up had the technology for backup camera. These don't have a backup camera. Stiffer drivability. With the 6-speed and the clutch, it is a little bit his for some reason seems like a stiffer clutch than what mine is. So the older technology, the body lines, the nostalgia, it's paid off.
I would say to add in there about the technology of the cars, it's a driver's car.
This
like
one,
you are like these S197.
The S197 platforms.
Car. You have to know what you're doing to handle it.
Well, yeah, with the live axle, you take a bump,
and it doesn't have all that computer. What's the word? Computer doesn't take control of the car.
It doesn't take control of the car. With the live axle, you're not in as much control as you would be with, like, let's say a 2020 GT or something like that. When you put down a lot of power, these cars go sideways extremely quick, and it's more of you correcting the car compared to the car helps control like a lot of the the stability of the car and so on and so forth. So I don't know, it's just kind of in a rut. I don't know. When someone offers you a decent amount on the car and you say no, or like you start to think, okay, am I making the right choice? Have I $45,000 for a car that's paid off? I mean, I could take that and I could pay off some debt with that. That's, the smart financial thing that anyone in this position could do. Take that towards a down payment on a 2020, a 1314 GT500. So this is why I wanted to put this together, to get his input, and anyone here watching this, anyone that has any other input on other pros and cons of one versus the other. If you daily drive them, I would say for sure a 2015 on up, but especially the 18s on up. You get the Gen 3 Coyotes. So I know that's why I'm thinking, like, man, if I got rid of this thing, even though I would probably trade up to a 2020, I know for a fact I'd be like, you know what, this is the biggest mistake I ever made.
You'd be like me whenever I sold my 06. You'd be looking on like Facebook.
Yeah. As much as this thing terrifies me at high speeds, as much as this thing breaks loose and how easy it breaks loose, I mean, it's half the fun.
Yeah. Half
the fun, scare factor, fear factor. As everyone knows, I've done everything to the car, from the headlights to the headers, exhaust, the clutch, clearly the VMP Gen 2R. I've done everything. So I feel like starting over with the exact same platform, it doesn't really make a lot of sense even going 13 or a 14. And if I did, I would go, like I said, Gen 3 Coyote. Do I want to go down that route? So that's another thing too. I was thinking about going cams and E85.
Yeah.
But with the factory internals as it is, the safe point, you're like 750 is like right on the safe. Not a good idea to go much past 800, because I think you're just on borrowed time when you go past that. So I'm sitting just over 700 now on 93, so I could either go E85 or cams. E85 would be safer and cheaper than, taking everything apart to throw cams on it. If you take off everything to put the cams on, you might as well build the heads and all that kind of stuff. It's just a snowball effect of things that you could do. So honestly, do you think you're gonna hang on to it, or what do you think you're gonna? You're looking at wheels.
What we talked about in our first video was a heat exchanger.
Okay.
Because of this Texas heat.
Yeah. Especially now, every day it's like 100.
Yeah.
Every day it's about 100.
I mean, granted, that's not the daily driver,
no,
but still this DFW traffic.
Stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
I would do that first, to be honest. I would do heat upgrades, the heat exchanger,
probably a bigger coolant tank for the supercharger,
and the tanks. So that's what I would do, and then from that point I would add power after that. So
well, I've even gone as far as, like, well, considering everybody keeps messing with me about the ride height,
you can go off-roading. So, I mean, we've discussed this before.
Look at that.
Look at that. That's the front. The back is worse. Look at this. What was Ford thinking? So this is where I'm at. I just want to just put together something that would actively get other people engaged, get other people's point of view and perspective. That's why I wanted to get James and get his opinions, and yours also as well, of what would you do in a situation like this? If you had something like mine and it's paid off, would you want to hang on to it? Or if someone offered you $45,000 plus for something that I think I paid $40,000 for it back in 2017. So I would still lose, obviously, because everything I put into the car, but for the price of the car, I mean, it's more than what I paid. So at the same time, it's just like, maybe if the car was stock, and if someone offered me that and the car was stock.
If it were stock and you haven't invested as much money and time into it.
Hey, nice Prius!
Yeah.
Yeah.